Like fucking dude, like Rex does a handlebar.
Yeah.
Rex does a handlebar mustache. He's like he goes like full Hulk Hogan.
He can.
He could. I want to see what everybody's like. I think Paul could do it. If we're doing like the Pineapple Boy summer thing where we like do all that bullshit with our hair.
I mean, fuck it.
Then I insist that we all do mustaches.
I'm down if you're down.
I'm down, but like.
No. There's no but like we need full commitment.
If I want to see Paul do it first, and then I'll do it.
Okay.
Because like when I stapled my arm.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, I'm gonna do it. It's like you'll do it if I do it. He's like, yeah, and then I did it, and then he's like, no, I'm not doing it, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Down. Yeah, I'm down.
I think he says he's like,
Stapled your arm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like went. It was
cried.
pretty funny. I didn't cry. It was
He
pretty
did.
funny. It doesn't really. It really actually doesn't hurt.
No, he fucking cried.
Because it just goes like straight in, and just like it's like you do it like in the muscle, so you just go. Tss, because for the joke. Same reason I jumped in a fire last week.
Yeah.
I jumped in a fire twice.
It wasn't even that fucking scary. It was like a little tiny baby one.
No, but dude, it's so deep.
Was it deep?
It was really deep. It was like 2 feet deep. So like when you jump in, I mean it's still amber. Like I mean it's still hot.
Right.
Like you know, and then you gotta like jump back out. And like since it's all like ash, it literally like you sink into it too. So it's like
yeah. It's not really a solid fucking.
So the first time I jumped out, I actually made it and like cleared it, and like I got like away with like just like a tiny little burn. Second time, jumped out, foot hooks the little like fire rim, and I'm like dragging that. I'm dragging like 2 bricks with my feet. Like I like fucked up the whole fire pit. I literally have like I have like a pretty decent sized burn.
Where was it at?
All on my feet.
No, I mean like no shit, but like, where was the fire at?
Oh, it was over at like Travis, like place where like
with the
Lyle's
empty
band.
pool.
Yeah.
How was that one?
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fun. It was cool. It wasn't like anything crazy.
A lot of people, semi people.
It's just so cold.
It was cold.
Dude, it's just so cold. Nobody wants to be out.
I mean,
it's
I love the cold. I'm more of a cold person, ain't it? Right.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I kind of miss going I go back and forth on what I like more, and I kind of enjoy the basements from like the Midwest when it comes to punk shows more, because it's like it's wetter, and like so it's like sometimes the basements flood and you still mosh in those, you know, and it's way more of a fire hazard because it's like I mean there's like 100 people in a basement,
yeah,
so
I love it.
So if the fire goes off, like a fire happens, and people got to evacuate. I mean like there's like
fucked.
Yeah, like you're not getting out in any.
You're dying for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, you're dead.
It's a
you're
bit,
dead.
But there's no dust in your nose, so you don't get like dust in your nose, and then it's just like when it's cold, you go in and it's like, oh, cool.
Right, because
it's
like
like
100
warm.
people in there.
Yeah, there's 100 people. It's warm.
Musty as fuck.
Yeah, it's sweaty, you know.
Love it.
Yeah, it's been a fun time.
I love it. You ready? Oh, we've been recording. Oh shit.
I kind of thought we were recording.
I mean, it sounded like a podcast to me, so I just hit record.
Oh, bet. Hell yeah.
So this is
this is episode 15 of episode 22 link in bio, and we have Ben Giles here. Did I pronounce your last name right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody fucks it up, but yeah, it's Giles.
Giles?
Giles. Giles.
All right, my bad.
That's it. No, you got it right.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you got it 100% right.
That's what matters. And then thank you so much for showing up last minute. I do really appreciate that, man. Yeah. We're on a time crunch. I'm trying to get 22 episodes out before Dex moves to North Carolina.
Oh,
When
I remember.
When do you move?
North Carolina.
Well, when do you move?
9 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So we're like really time crunching.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need that. We've been rolling, but like I need 7 more episodes.
7 more episodes. Okay. I'm glad to be 15.
Yeah.
That's not the best age at all. Actually 15 kind of sucks.
Why?
I feel like 15 comparatively to it's like there's nothing eventful about being 15 and it's just awkward.
You mean
It's
age
like,
15?
Yeah.
Oh, like being like, I'm 15 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You can't do shit still.
What were you doing at 15?
Drinking 211s.
Drinking 2.
I was actually.
You were
Me and the
fishing?
homies. All right, so me and the homies, we want to get some alcohol type shit, you know, but obviously we're 21, we can't do it, right? So we went fishing. Basically means we got as much change as we can, dollars, whatever, ask your parents for money, whatever we have, we put it together, and then we go find a homeless guy to go buy us the beer. And the only option is we're drinking 211s, the most nastiest fucking beer you can drink.
Yeah, I never did. I didn't drink until I was 18.
No, well, it must be nice. Yeah.
It was.
It was?
It kind of is. It was actually. I actually would recommend like waiting until you're 18
Oh, yeah.
to drink.
No. We didn't wait. No.
So much better.
Yeah. I bet it was.
Because you're not drinking piss beer. You're not drinking like the worst beer.
Dude, it was so disgusting, but it did the job, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I didn't do anything at 15. I mean, like I was in marching band.
Wow, how was that?
It was
What instrument?
trombone.
Oh shit. Go ahead and grab that. Look at this camera and name the episode.
This is episode 15 of episode 22. I'm Ben Giles, and let's do that one more time. There you go.
I bet you get to call it.
Yeah, call the episode.
Oh, I get to call it episodes. Funds in, buns out.
Why that name?
That was the first thing that popped in my head. Funds in, buns out. That was the first thing. I figured I wanted it to rhyme.
Right. Okay.
I feel like that's a good like starting title. What was Rex's?
Pushing Peas.
Pushing Peas. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. There. That was Rex's.
Podcast, right? Like that was what P was.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't
Pushing
remember.
podcasts. What does pushing P mean?
I think it was a trend.
Is this? I think it's still a trend.
It's
isn't
still
it?
it's a pushing.
It's just like a fun.
I think it's a music video. I could be wrong. I don't know though, but I know it's a trend.
Oh, it's an actual thing?
Yeah, it's an actual trend at this time.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know. For somebody that like makes music videos with rappers, I don't actually know a lot about the rap scene as
Same.
much as I used to.
Same.
I'm always like, I'm like, people are like, oh, you listen to rap? I'm like, yeah. And it's like just like the most like very like off the edge, like on the edge rappers. And I'm like, yeah, these are
Oh, which ones?
like Shiloh. Shiloh's like pretty fun to listen to. I love like, I'm really like a producer person, honestly, when
Really?
it comes to rap. Like, I don't really, the production matters like so much more to me than just like the fact that you can rap.
Uh-huh.
It's like Tyler Creator. Tyler Creator's like always super fun. Like Mac Miller, and then trying to think of some other ones that are like a little bit off the cuff. Like, who is this one kid? Like,
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. No, I feel bad. I used to like shit on Lil Peep when he died. Now I'm like listening to Lil Peep. Oh, Shakewell. Shakewell's a fun
Shakewell's
one.
good.
Shakewell's good. Like Suicide Boys.
This vibe's fucking sick.
Suicide Boys is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one song. You know that one song. Yeah, you know the song. Yeah, totally. We all know that song. Who else do I got? Oh, Smino, Amine.
You have like a little list of favorite rappers or what?
Yeah, I'm just like looking through like what albums I've saved. Vince Staples. Yeah. So like, Action Bronson. Yeah. I don't know. They all have like really good production. That's why I like them a lot more. It's like I like try listening to Lil Baby. I'm like trying to get into Lil Baby, but like
She's a Vegas artist, right?
Lil Baby's he's the guy. He's like one of the big.
Oh.
He's like guy like
There's a little baby out here that's a female artist.
that sucks to have the name of. You have to kind of change your name at that point.
I mean, she does, but I didn't know. My bad.
But yeah, Lil Baby. I've been trying to listen to him, but like, cause he's apparently like the biggest rapper. I didn't know that until I was talking like Marco 4D. He's like the biggest rapper. And I was like, I looked at his
in general.
In general, like his Spotify has got like songs. They're features, but I mean like 900 million views, like almost topping a billion like listens on Spotify on a Spotify alone. So obviously it's over like a billion. So it's like, you know, he's had some like fun stuff, but then I don't know, Lil Baby's like hot topic. You know, he's a button or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. Anyways, ask me another question.
Yeah. So what made you get into like the whole music videos, editing, scene, and all that? What made you get that?
So I started off on like doc work. And that was more by necessity. So like I ran a TV show in college called Alt News 2646.
Is it on YouTube?
You can watch clips of it on YouTube, but like they upload full episodes to Vimeo.
Okay.
But yeah, we aired on like PBS, and I was pretty much doing like only doc work, like segments, or like documentary work. I'll just like nobody knows what doc work is.
Nah, because I did it.
Documentary work. Yeah, I was doing documentary work.
I was like, on the shipping
Yeah.
container.
Yeah, dude. I was like on a shipping container the whole time. I was like,
Oh, no, okay.
I was working on the like
Gotcha.
tugboats out in the Mississippi. Yeah, that's actual job out there. It's an actual job. I have friends that did tugboats. But yeah, I did. So I by necessity, because the show did do like a lot of like little documentary style things. I had to do them because nobody else wanted to. So I was doing that a lot. And then I would make these like little Adult Swim type bumpers and doing like weird like skits, like very, very like weird. And like the
Dark.
whole goal is being uncomfortable.
I like it.
And eventually I was kind of like getting bored of it. I just kind of was like, well, I want to do other stuff. So music videos are just fun. I think music videos are like, if you want to be an experimental artist,
Yeah.
like music videos are the best avenue because it's like, one, you can actually get paid to be an experimental artist and you can do really whatever you want with the format. Like, you know, you just take a song and you can turn it into like something completely different. And I just like, I had the skills. I just had the skills from like learning from my friends. Like Julius Jefferson was a really great editor, Haley Walsh, and like all these like editor friends of mine that like just taught me how to edit. And then I was like, all right, you know, I feel like I could do this. And then I just kind of fell into it. I can't, especially here, because I didn't know what else to do. It's like, I don't want to work for like a TV station. I don't want to work for a news station. They're so boring. And it's like you wake up at like 5 a.m. You gotta like, it just sucks. It's just like,
yeah, I hate waking up at 5.
you have to wake up at 5 on like a regular basis and you're just working with people that like chances of me, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've just never been interested in like the actual TV production. And music videos were like the avenue.
It was like your gateway. And that's
yeah.
how I got into it.
And then like it just seemed like, well, what am I gonna do? I can make music videos. And so I came out here like during the pandemic. I met Marco 4D and I was like, all right, it's the best way to meet people is just start working.
Yeah, I remember. I
So,
remember when I met you.
Yeah.
You're a little weird.
I was weird. I stay weird.
Yeah.
I stay weird. I like being weird.
Yeah,
I like
you're
standing
hella
out.
weird. You're like, who the fuck is this cat?
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Shout out your Instagram.
Yeah. What's your?
Oh yeah, my Instagram is not your mom's Flusterbuster, which is great. It's a great name. You never forget the name.
Never.
You hear that name and they're like, wow, that's a name. And I'm like, yeah. Nobody else had that.
No.
Flusterbuster, I think, was taken, so I had to like switch it up a little bit more.
I like it.
But
what made you get that name? Sorry.
I don't. It's kind of the whole thing with like the buns in, buns out.
Okay, it was just like tip of the morning.
I was just like trying to come up. I think that was like my password on my old phone for a while. It was like Flusterbuster, and then I was like, all right, I did that. And then I was like, all right, Instagram name.
Boom.
Go off of that.
Okay.
It's a fun name. It's memorable.
It is very.
Yeah. So yeah, I came out here and then I met you guys. Like basically was working with Marco, and then I did that music video and I was like, okay, like I can actually.
Yeah. You can shoot and edit.
I can shoot and edit. You know.
That should do that. What was the music video called again?
Hold on.
That was.
That's
really
my
good.
first music video. That's
Really?
my first one. I've like made like short version, like short little things, but like my first actual official music video for an artist was Hold On.
Whoa.
I felt like I had to go super hard on it too.
You did.
Yeah.
That was a really great video.
I didn't want to like look like bummy. I didn't want to look like, oh, it's just some dude who just like, you know, does like whatever. I was like, I got to like make myself like very well known as like, look at this guy.
1,000.
Look,
how long was like the editing process of it?
like 40 hours. I took like my time on it. But yeah, like 40 hours because I was just like playing with it the whole time, like figuring out like what could I do here. Like when it comes to my editing process, my like whole goal whenever making music videos is like I'm trying to capture the energy of the song and like match whatever energy the song is giving. I'm trying to match that in the edit so that, you know, like my effects, like whatever effects I use in the video, I don't want them to just be like, I'm not just slapping things on. It's like everything's got to be cohesive. So it's like, you know, just trying to like tie everything together, but keep up this energy that's going on. And yeah, like, you know, it's nothing like crazy. Like to me, it's nothing crazy. But then I like have to remember, I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually like pretty well done.
Sick. You're like my top favorite editor.
It's crazy because I was like a lighting guy before here.
Really?
Yeah,
and you enjoy more doing lighting, right?
Yeah, I like lighting a lot. Doing lighting is like super fun. It's really easy to get into a flow state, and it's like once it's done, and like you don't have to worry about it. You did your lighting, and your job's over. Editing, it's like you could literally edit forever.
Oh yeah, and then if they don't like it, revise, and all that shit.
Yeah, Marco luckily didn't have like any revisions for his thing.
What was your least part of editing that video?
My least favorite, or
yeah. Like, what was was it hard? Like the masking?
So it's like the hardest thing is the beginning. Because like Marco's like, I mean, like I love Marco, you know, like I love
Shout out to Marco.
Shout out Marco 4D. But like the intro to the song was so long. And that's why I have like all of those, like, I just took that as like a titling sequence because
Yeah.
I was like, what can I even do? It's just synths.
It was like a slow
It's just
build-up.
like, it's like 30 seconds of synths. And I was like, I can't even use this. I was like, I don't even know how to make there's nothing to use for this. So I just made it all titles, which like worked out. Shout out Steve Green for those titles. And then even like the hold on section, like after I got done filming, I realized that the shot wasn't very like, didn't look good. Just like, it was like kind of a really shitty shot because it was like very flat. It's gray. And it just like the like depth of field isn't there, so it's just like flat image. So I had to like that was like a hard part to edit because like
So if you could go back, would you go back to get like more shots for the beginning of the intro?
I would have just shot him a little bit differently.
Yeah, different.
I would have just like gave it like I would have used like a 50 mil. I think I was using like I don't even know what lens I was using, but I would have used a 50 mil and like given it like a lot more like bokeh, but like I didn't. So the solution to that was like. I realized later I could have done it in After Effects way faster, but instead I didn't use After Effects. I used Premiere. So I like manually masked him out frame by frame and like individually took every little point like over. I did, and I mean, it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like 24 frames. It's like,
A lot.
yeah, it's like, it's like 3, 6, it's a fuck ton. It's like, yeah, like 15, 240, and then 5 times like 24 is 120. I'm good at math. Yeah, it's like 360 something, like 300, 400 like frames of individual masking. And then I had these like paper effects that I was using. So then it's like, so then I have like 2 tracks. So then it's like, all right. So then I have this like like this paper outline around him, but that doesn't look right because the paper is moving at a certain frame rate, and Marco's like super smooth, so it looks even weirder. So then I had to like take like the second layer and I had to like cut that up, and like I had to like take little frames out of that so I would make Marco look more jittery to match the paper effect. And it was just this like, and the whole time I'm doing it, it's like I have no idea if it's even gonna work. I spent like 2 hours doing it, 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, once it was like rendering, I'm like, I don't even know if this is gonna look good. Like, so
you had to wait till you.
So it worked out. Yeah, it worked out. But like those are like the editing things that people don't think about, which is like testing.
Yeah.
And like that's like even now, I'm still like when I'm doing music videos, I'm still like testing things out, learning like.
See what works, what doesn't.
Yeah. So that's not the only reason. I'm just like a slow editor. But like my turnaround time is a lot of time me just figuring out like how do I combine everything.
Yeah, that plus like the quality of it. Once the client gets your video, they're like, whoa.
Yeah, like also like
they're really satisfied at that first point, right? And they okay, cool, I want it. That's it. Leave it.
And when it comes to editing, I just don't want to like leave it. Like I don't know. If I'm putting my name on a music video, I've done work for clients where I'm like I'm not putting my name down on that. I don't want to put my name on it. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not me. I didn't do that. Just leave it. Like I'm never gonna like rep that piece of work. But when it comes to music videos, I'm like, well, I have to make every music video as good as possible.
Right. To at least the best you can.
Yeah, and it's like I can do pretty good, and so I'm just always trying to show out.
Have you ever showed up to like a music video without listening to to the track?
Yeah, I did that like one time. And as soon as I listened to the track, I was like,
damn,
no. Like, oh no, this sucks.
damn.
Yeah, that dude was not great at all. It was not a great track, and I was like, all right, this is fun. I don't want to like name. I don't want to start.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to like specify anything.
No, that's cool. You don't.
I don't want any. I don't want to start anything. But yeah, that was a music video that I was like, oh, cool. Like, after that, I was like, I'm never doing like cheap music videos. I've done most of my music videos for free. I'm just now doing like paid work, but it's worked out.
It's a different vibe, huh?
It's a different vibe, and it's like, I can actually, because my music videos in the past have been like so solid, I can be like, at least, I can give budgets that are like actually like workable. And I can pay you out, and I can like actually pay cam ops.
Yeah.
Because I've realized I don't like cam opping.
What's cam opping?
Can't like camera operation.
Oh,
Just
you
like
don't like camera operation?
I like doing camera operation, but like since I'm directing and editing a video,
you just gotta give up one of those and give it to someone else type shit.
yeah, because when you're doing like music videos, you're producing them as well. Like freelance music video directors are like also they're producing it, and it's like then you got to shoot it and then you got to edit it, and it's like if you have like a big idea,
it takes time to make
doing
that shit
all
happen.
of that. It's like when we did Zerby's shoot and I had Huff. When we did Kids with Responsibilities and I had to have Huff shooting because I was like, dude, I can't. I had to go like wrangle people and make sure everybody was doing what they needed to do. And I have to like
It's a
direct
hassle.
the crowd. I have to direct people and like being like, oh, while also holding a camera and stopping shooting and being like,
All right, do it
hey,
again.
do this, or like I got to get people ready. And then it's like, so I can't be constantly shooting and like, especially when it's time sensitive. And at this point, it's just more fun to like hire. It's
man.
like being able to actually put on people that we
Yeah.
work with.
If you want to see that music video, and anyone watching me get my ass beat, check that out.
Yeah,
I
kids with
love it.
responsibilities. That was really fun.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was really, really fun. That's like the best thing I made, I think, in general. And yeah, I don't know. How did you get into music videos?
Damn. How did I get into it? Oh, I was working at Westgate, and then one of my employees or one of my coworkers, he was an engineer at the studio somewhere super far. I forgot where. And then I met up with them, and he was like kind of got me into like the music scene of it, and because I used to do just pure portraits and all that, and I kind of want to experiment more and get more into like the whole camera scene and all of it. So I met a whole bunch of artists and rappers. I did a lot of collabs with them, and I kind of enjoyed it doing. I really do enjoy doing music videos. So that's when I really like, yo, who can I hit up? I did a lot of free stuff for the artists, and there's still a couple people to this day. You know who you are. I still do this. If I'm doing something free, it's for the homies and who, like
Yeah.
for Marco, for example.
That's
If you
how
would have
it
hit me
be.
up today, like, hey, let's go do a music video. Done. Say less, because that really helps me practice the craft of his idea and bring it to life. But I really got into it a couple years ago, and then ever since then, I fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like if it really comes down to it, like you know how you got picked like a niche,
Yeah.
music videos for sure.
It's just like fun. It's just getting
fun.
like paid like to actually like it's so hard to get like a big, like decent paying client. It's like and then dude like I don't even know what I would do if I got like 20,000 for
Me
a
neither.
shoot. It's like you got like because then you can get like an actual crew.
Yeah,
And you got like direct a crew.
Yo.
And it's like
that's the goal. That's one of the goals for this year, to really have at least a close enough budget to at least other two people help me shoot it, direct it, and all that. Like what you said earlier, I would love to fucking. All right, hey, I want you to DP this. I'll direct, or I'll gaff, you direct, whoever. You know what I mean? Because like I really want to bring people on board. Look, man, this is a project that we call like eat off of it and be like A-okay about it.
Dude, the thing is, it's like I like coming up with shots though. I like coming up with shots for like music videos. I just like when it comes down to like actually like just like I just can't spend the time shooting, but like it's so fun. Like shot composition is really fun. It's like so tough like to actually like pull off, and like it takes forever. Like I was working with Marco on the Braille music video, and he was like, how do you like know like what looks good and like how to come up with these shots? I was like, I've been doing it for 7 years, so I would hope
You have like an idea.
by like by 7 years into like shooting things, you would hope like hopefully you can just kind of like go to a location and figure it out.
Yeah, and make it work.
Yeah, I've spent I don't know. I love just giving. I just like all of it. I've like come from the background of like you need to know if you want to be a good director, you have to know everything.
Everything.
You have to be able to do sound.
I suck at sound.
It's really not hard. I mean, like,
I don't know,
obviously,
man.
it's like to a certain degree, it's like obviously it gets more and more complex, and I have to bow out. But like when it comes to like, oh, I'm doing an interview, I can sit down and like I've like read levels before, like I know what to listen for and like how to read levels and like adjust your mic as it goes, and as you get better at it, you can actually predict, like you can hear somebody's voice is starting to rise, and you can kind of like anticipate that they're gonna do something, and you can kind of lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had to do that, and especially because like in my background, it was like working with like kids that never did media, and like so I was always teaching kids in my show how to like do stuff, and you literally since sound is like the most important thing to any video, like when you're doing a music video, sound's not a big deal, but if you're doing an interview,
1,000.
yeah, like you can get away, like if something happens with the camera for a second and you have to turn it on, turn it off, you can always cut to B-roll. But if your audio's fucked, then you're just done.
That's it.
So I would always end up doing audio. I'd set the kids up on cameras and just be like, I'd already have all the cameras like set and like literally just make sure it doesn't turn off.
Yeah.
And then I would have to read audio. And then when I got into lighting, I did lighting for like 3 years straight. Anytime anybody needed lighting, I was doing it. And then camera operation was just, again, like everything was just necessity. I just had to like learn all of it. And it makes you a better director.
Oh yeah.
When you know it's like, because if you can say it's like, oh, how does, like, you walk into a room and you're like, oh, this room doesn't sound good. Like, you know, you already think like, oh, I need to turn that fridge off. Or is there like any way, can we move more furniture in here? Can we go to a room that doesn't like echo as much? Like the FTC media room right now is like, sucks to like do audio in because it's just a hollow room and it just always sounds like echoey, you know.
The stress.
It's annoying. It's just like, it's like I like, and then when I hear it, I'm like, you know, I don't want to. I don't like fixing audio. I don't want to fix audio.
You just want to have it done the first time and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, so yeah, I don't know. Like, do you have literally, if you want to be a good director, I think you have to do everything.
I mean, it's a really good starting point to do it, especially when you want to come directing like your own stuff.
Yeah.
At least you know what to expect from others. Hey, can you do this and that?
And you understand, like, oh, am I like asking for too much? Like, you know, is what I'm asking even feasible?
Yeah.
So it helps you just like not ask stupid questions. You don't want to ask like, go up to your audio guy, ask him something, and they're just like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be that guy.
Same thing, like kind of like the business aspect as well, because like we have to wear multiple hats.
The business sucks. I hate business.
I hate it with the passion. Like that, like the paperwork, the like QuickBooks and contracts, booking someone. I hate all of that. Yeah. But my goal right now is just learn the basics of it, and then give it to someone else in case that hey, look, you say you know how to do it, go for it. If you do fuck up, at least I know how to fix it ish.
Yeah, and like you at least have an idea of what they're doing. Yeah. Like that's like the dream. I think that's like every video person's dream is to just have a person that does all of their business work for them.
I would.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But like it's like the most like you know, nobody like the chances of you finding that person who's like they fuck with you.
Yeah.
They want to do exactly that, and also they don't even care about the creative stuff. They just want to do business.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know, you like a unicorn.
Yeah.
Like like you're not gonna find them.
No.
Like, they don't exist.
They
like,
don't.
Like very rarely do you find that person that's just down for that one job that you don't want to do.
That'd be a blessing. Like, look, man, I'm gonna tip you. Here you go. Just
handle
this for me. I'll take care of you.
Like I'll pay you well. That's like the business thing that I'm like still like I'm, you know, still not really good about it. I just started like making money and I actually haven't made that much money yet. I still haven't even shot the music videos I have planned that actually are going to pay us. But that is like, I just hate business. I just don't like, I've never liked business. I don't want to do business. I just want to make stuff.
Yeah.
And like,
but you have to do the business.
And just be, I know. It's like, and I just have to. It's just like, okay, cool. I gotta like figure out how to like make myself excited about it. Like, but
paperwork.
Like, paperwork. Yeah, like I'm gonna go and like haggle with somebody today. Like, I don't like haggling. I always undercut myself on like deals. They don't even give me a price. I just say like,
no. Oh, we just thought about that when someone says, I want to shoot a music video, and then you're trying to figure out what's your budget and stuff, and they go, you tell me.
And then you just go, no, you say it.
Right. And no, I'm like, no, that's what I'm asking you. Like, what's your budget? And
yeah,
like, nah.
It's your
like,
budget.
right.
Yeah.
So
Tell me what your budget is before we go into it. It's like, that's when you have to like go with them and just like figure out the whole scope of what you're talking about. It's like, I mean, realistically, you shouldn't be doing music videos for under $1,000.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, but obviously, you know, we gotta start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, it's like,
you guys raise the price and really say no to the.
Even $1,000 is cheap.
It is.
Even $1,000, is like mad cheap. It just depends. Like, and that's the thing with me is it's like even if you give me a low budget, I still like go super far.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's our names on it, and it's gonna help us in the long run too when we get those ideal clients. That hey, wow, they're gonna think we did this for $1,000, but we didn't. But they're gonna be like, okay, here you go. And imagine with that budget,
Yeah, it's like 800. Like the last music video I edited, I did for 800, and I mean, I did like 40 hours on that edit too. And again, I was learning a whole new thing. I was like, I bought these like animated presets, and I was doing all these animations, and I was like making them. I was customizing them, and
cool. Let me get a copy.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure, like, because I'm pretty sure these are the ones that have like some like presets, like they have like specific. You have to have like a code.
Yeah, give me a code.
Put into After Effects, and then like once it's in, that code's used, and it's like you can't use them again.
Nah, man, it's After Effects. Let me get it.
I'll try.
Okay.
But that was like fun. But yeah, I did it for 800. I did it for like 800, and it was like, you know, I could have gotten paid more, like 1,200. And that's pretty much where I'm at now. I'm not doing anything under 1,000, and I'm always trying to go more because then I can pay cam op and I can make like money, like money. And it's like, just like learning to value. It's like, that's my creative. Like, that's me being creative. Like, yeah, like anybody can shoot a music video, but it's like, are you paying like just for a music video, or are you paying for like creativity?
Trying to bring your story to life in that video.
What's your like worst music video client?
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened? Yeah.
So, long story short, I gave him like multiple revises, right? Multiple revises. He's like, just change this and change that. So I have a really good workflow. We meet up, right? You come by or I come to you. We go on the storyline, right? Word by word, we put like a little bookmark from this segment to this segment. You're good? Cool. That means it's done and completed, so we can move forward to the next part throughout the video once it's completely done. It was finished. Probably like a couple hours later on that day, he goes, yo, can we change this? Can we change that? I'm like, bro.
How much was he paying you? It's like 300.
Less.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's less. And I only did it because, like, yo, it was really good music.
Yeah, that's like the other thing that like is like with music videos is like people give me, if I really like your song, I might actually like do it for cheaper.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm like really down for it, I'm like, oh, that would be fun. Like I can actually already imagine.
Like really enjoy the editing process and really try to achieve that extra mile.
Yeah, I think like I haven't really had like, I've had like one that sucked was just like I got like offered to like edit this timeline and they were like just do effects, and then it was like no, and that's what I thought I was doing, and then it's like, oh, we're not just doing effects, you want like me to re-edit the video. I think it's funny when music video clients think like they know. It's like, well, I swear there's better shots, and it's like, how do you know?
How do you know?
How do you know? Like, you actually don't know. Like, your editor knows usually what's the best shot and, like, knows what's good. And I've debated with other clients I've had where it's like, they're like, oh, I don't like this shot. Can we use, like, these shots instead? And I'm just like,
we can.
We can. Like, that shot looks like shit, though. Like, it just looks bad. But, like, clients get really married to, like, this idea in their head of what they want the music video to be and what they think it's going to look like. And even if the shot doesn't look good, they're like, but
it has to be something else.
But I want that shot.
Yeah.
But I want that shot. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, like that shot didn't happen. Like you didn't get the shot you wanted. Yeah. So we could, I can put that in there.
Right. But
put it in there for you. It's like fine, but like, you're just kind of like dying inside. You're like, just like right in the heart. And you're like, okay, like, yeah, I've like lucked out. I like pretty much only work with people I want to work with. Yeah. Because it's like I just don't want to.
That's like, a lot of BS you got to deal with.
Yeah, I don't want to like deal with like any bullshit at this point. It's just like I keep my prices high, and like because I had like one guy, and he was like, how much do you charge for music videos? And I, right out the gate, I was just like, I don't feel like I want to make a music video for you right out the gate. I was just like 1,500. And he just goes, damn, really? And I'm like, yeah, no, really. And then he played his music, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Damn.
I was like, okay, maybe 1,000. Like, maybe 1,000. Yeah. It's like, yeah, but I'm like, I think keeping it at least, like, because even at 1,000, like, when you think about, if you really want to make that video good.
You still got to put a lot of hours into it, and you
still got to put a lot of hours into it. And, like, most of my edits I'll spend, sometimes they're, like, really fast, but most of the time, like, if I'm doing a lot of effects, because, again, you're just tying everything in. That's the whole thing with effects. That's why, like, a lot of music video... like, I don't really like... Cole Bennett has gotten people, like, stuck. Like, because when Cole Bennett blew up, that was, like, big effects.
Yeah,
like,
every rapper follows Cole Bennett.
And they want those effects. And they, like, want those effects. And, like, a lot of music video people are, like, starting out. And, like, it takes, like, years of editing to, like, really, really get down, like, and understand, like, just the software. Yeah. And then how you can manipulate the software. And, like, I recommend starting off with presets. And then, like, taking those presets, and you can manipulate the presets to kind of do different things. And just by, like, seeing how those presets actually function, you can get an idea of how you could replicate that.
Yeah. And
then do that with other, and then layer that. And that's, like, music videos are, like effects are, like, layering. You're not just doing, like, you shouldn't be just doing, like, why are you using this effect? Oh, just cause.
No.
I don't know what to do. I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, because if you're booking through Cole Bennett, he has a whole team. You're before you even shoot the music video, you're looking at the storyboard first.
Yeah, especially now.
Now, you know what I mean? You're going through it. At this scene, at this time, you're gonna drop this cup, and it's gonna do this effect to do that. What you're asking for.
And that's how we're gonna transition into this. And that, and like people don't really like plan their edits.
Uh-uh.
And that's like the big thing. It's like if you don't plan your edit, you're not going to be able to do anything like crazy.
Yeah.
Like with Zerby's video, I mean, every bit of that is like a planned thing. Like, and there were like parts of it, like there was an effect that I use a lot. It's like this earthquake thing that like really, really worked. But that was just like, I just found that by chance and like threw that in there. And even that effect was like manipulating it in just the right way so it like actually works. And then you gotta like layer, like I'm like layering like these photo assets, like these film grain textures, and then there's like grain, and it's like, oh, what's too much grain? Is that diluting the image? And then like making sure everything blends into the next frame, and it's like so much, and it's all like, but I have to like think out every single like transition. And if you're not like, if you don't like, if you can't really think of like why does that transition, like does that actually make the music video like
better or worse?
Yeah, like are you because really the whole thing is you want to get like an emotion response, isn't that? I mean
that'd be like the ideal idea. Besides, oh my god, it's cool.
Yeah, like I mean, and even that's like an emotion. Like you at least want to like people be like, whoa,
yeah,
you know,
that's a cool little.
Yeah, it's like, so that's why I always like stay by like you're trying to match the energy of the song, and your editing should just be pulling whatever that energy is and should be matching it as much as possible. And so sometimes you don't even need edits. Like,
Oh, speaking of edits, it's kind of like let's say Bad Bunny music video or like Drake, the really high end people who are just really simple shots. There's no effects at all versus other clients that want heavy effects and really trippy ones and stuff like that. It's really like a really
and that's like this like big thing of like learning how to do practical. It's just like, I mean, then that's like where like you don't even need, you can really do like very like interesting things, but that's like, but then you got to think like price wise. It's like whenever he does that one with the Degrassi, like, you know, it's like when he gets the whole Degrassi cast together for this music video, and it's like they're in a huge high school, and like you think about like how many lights are going on right now, and how much like, you know, you have like a Steadicam operator, and then you have like a gaffing team, and then you have like a production coordinator and like a casting agent,
the makeup artist, and like just like random ass production assistants, and the director and the director's assistant who's like making sure everything's getting in order, and then the cinematographer then you have like a cinematographer probably and a Steadicam op, and maybe like, and then who knows what else you gotta fucking do. Like it gets like really big. It does.
So it's like effects really work for like low budget.
Yeah.
Or at least like effects are really great for like people that are like small.
And
but
trying
like,
to really get that attention of people to get those views up.
But you gotta just like, people really do need to like focus on effects, like, and actually like think about it. Like it's like really just like everything you should think about your art. It's like if you're making art, you should really think about
really have at least one scene that you want an effect on at least.
Yeah, at least one. Like even if like obviously budgets are budgets, and like if you're just trying to make money, it's like fuck it.
Yeah.
But that's why I just don't work with people I don't want to work with. It's like if you're not paying me well, or unless you're Marco or Zerby, I'm not gonna like throw you a favor. Because like, you know, I could like make good ass music video for
with
Marco.
them, and then it will blow up after that.
Yeah.
Type.
I genuinely don't think music videos are actually like productive to like making people blow up. I think like I don't really know like how productive or like how much. I'm glad that we get to do it, and like I think everybody like needs music videos, but I don't think like we're actually. Sometimes it can be effective. It's good to just like if the song does blow up, then there's a music video for it already. Right. It's great. You can watch it on YouTube, and it's like, oh, the video's fucking fire, like, you know. But I don't think like anybody, like any agent or anything, any like, I don't know. I'm always like not really sure how effective music videos are as actual like blowing people up. I don't know if there's like been
like maybe like a one-hit wonder maybe.
Yeah, it's like if you get like a really great song that just pops off.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just trying to find like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore with music videos.
It's cool.
I don't even know why I'm doing it. I should just quit, guys. I should just quit making music videos. I should just quit.
Let me have our
this is it. I'm done making music videos. This conversation sold me on. I'm done with this shit. Done with these rappers. I'm tired of. Get away from me. I'm done. I'm leaving Vegas right now. I'm going home.
Is there any advice would you give to upcoming videographers and photographers that want to get in this field?
Really, you should think about like, you just have to think. It's like everything that's the hardest thing is like being motivated is like really like finding motivation, but like really think about like why are you shooting that the way you're shooting it, and like you don't have to like think yourself into paralyzation, but you should really think like why like what's the point? Does this shot like why are you shooting it like that? And obviously you're just going to have to keep shooting until you like start developing skill over and over, and it's like I mean you just have to work like forever on it. Took me years of failing and failing and failing. I never had anybody teaching me really. I had like some teachers, but most of my like actual like production experience was me fucking up and then having to do it again and being like don't do that again, and then doing the same thing again and being like quit doing it, you know. It takes time. It takes time, and your photos should take time. And if you're a photographer, I think a great skill is to do self-portraits. I think self-portraits are really, really practical.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to do lighting, learn how to like set a photo, and learn how to like work with models. If you know how to pose and you know what kind of pose looks good on camera, and you can do it yourself, then you're better at like you already have that kind of knowledge of like, oh, sit like this or sit like that because you've done it yourself and you've taken the photos.
Practice on your own.
Yeah, and it like gives you like more. That's like I actually got a lot better at portraits from doing that. That was during the pandemic. I was like I had nobody to shoot, so I just was like doing portraits in my house.
The pandemic was a really good year for some people.
Yeah, and I literally like, and it sucks because I was using like a little phone app. And like it's the delay on it is so long, and it's like a 10-second shutters, like so it's a 10-second timer.
Damn.
Like that. Take the photo, look at it. Ah, it looks like shit. All right, do it again. Ah, it looks like shit. Like you do that, like you take 20 photos. It's like 10 minutes go by. It's like 10 minutes have gone by and you haven't gotten anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, you gotta just keep doing it, and it's like you find like a couple good ones, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
that's
2 hours later. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. My advice is just like you're gonna fail, and you're going to fail so much, and just like embrace it. Like you're just gonna suck. Like you're gonna suck so much, and if you're not, I hate when people are really good out the gate. I hate that. Hey, when there's like oh man, if you're like a 20-year-old that's just like
they're like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, like
good.
15, 16-year-olds, and they're just like solid, and you're just like, oh, that's cool. Like that's cool. Make me feel shitty about myself. You know, like I guess I fucking
must be nice not have to go to fucking work and school.
Yeah, it must be nice that you just nailed it right out the gate. Yeah, but obviously most people aren't like that.
Props to you guys though.
Props to them. Yeah. Don't be discouraged by people being better than you. Most people are going to be better than you.
Everyone's better than me. You're better than me.
And like learn and just like literally just be like, yeah, take advice. Learn how not to be an asshole.
Dope. Thank you so much for coming.
Do you have advice? Wait,
me?
Do you have any
advice?
What? For videographers? Anything?
No.
Yeah. No. Don't give them any trade secrets. They don't deserve it.
No.
Yeah.
No, they could follow.
It's just more competition.
Get some advice, like, subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube so I can quit my day job. But not advice, man. Just keep pushing. Find yourself like a group of people. Like for example, Marcos and Zerby, like a really solid group of people. Like a little bit. If you don't know what you want to do, get a little bit of everybody that for sure you're down to collaborate with, and really hit them up once a week. Yo, this is what we're doing. Minimum once a week, or at least once a month. I try to do once a week, just so you could keep working on some new skills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really just collaborating with those people and just really improving on yourselves, because that limits the whole, I like your work, but here's my rate, and you don't got to do it for free because you're not confident enough into yourself.
Yeah.
But if you got yourself a little team of collaboration that you do for free, like just a couple people, like for sure, and then when that client comes in and he sees your work based off them, and you be like, and it's the same kind of related work, here's my rate, done, and you feel a lot confident.
Dude, I think actually one last piece of like my greatest example of like this kid. I was like, we were doing a bumper for my show, and I'm bringing like my dog. I got like ukuleles. I got like these chairs. We have all these props because we're gonna like basically the shot is dog, TV with a green screen in it with my show's logo and like a fire pit and like ukulele in the sand. It's a huge, and like we're gonna kind of figure it out when we get there. And so we pack all our shit up. It's like me and two other people. We start walking towards the beach, and this kid just comes up beside us, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, we're gonna go shoot this like video," and he goes, "Oh, really? Like, oh, like can I join in?" And we're like, "Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Like, screw it. Yeah, come on." And then as we're like walking with him, he's just like, yeah, I just like started getting into this stuff. And we're like, oh, that's really cool, man. Like, what have you been doing? And he's just like, man, like, not a lot. I don't know. Like, I understand why guys take photos of like pretty girls in cars because it's just so hard to come up with ideas. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I mean, no. Like, no, I've never in my life have I been like, you know what? I don't know what to shoot. Let's just get a hot girl in a car.
You call it a day.
That's it. That's done. Like, game over. I got my shots. Like, that's never been, I've never had the issue of that. So this kid's just like, I'm like, okay, so completely different person than me. I was like, all right, but like, yeah, keep, whatever. I get it. You're starting out. You're trying to figure stuff out. Then we get to the location. We're setting everything up. And I've already explained what we're doing. And he just comes up and he's like, so wait, explain to me again why we're doing this. And I was like, so this is a 15-second, 10-second bumper that's going to transition from one part of my show to the other. And he goes, so you're doing all this work for 10 seconds.
Yep.
And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I am. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, yes, it's like, it takes a lot of time for like very minimal, that's the thing is when
Especially
you're
for
making stuff, sometimes it's like a lot of work for one shot. One shot can take you like an hour or two to do. You have to give time to everything you're doing. And that's like the big thing is saying it's like, oh, we're only going to be here for 3 hours. Assume 5.
Oh, always.
You always assume like when people ask, what are you doing today? You say, oh, I've got to shoot from this time to this time. But you always add on where it's like, but might run late because
you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. Some shots take a long time to set up. And like, that's just what it is. So like, really, if you're a starting out person, really invest time into what you're making. Like if it feels like it's taking forever for just a little bit of content, that's you're just starting out. Like you're new. You're a new person. Yes, it's 10 seconds it's like what we've spent like 2 hours getting like a 10-second shot. We got like a couple of those. So we had like a few, like we had like 30 seconds basically. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was like 3 hours for 30 seconds. That's what it is. That's just what production is. That's what making things is. It feels like a lot for like so little, but that's because that's what good art is. Yeah, it's, like, it's details.
Okay,
all art is detail.
Last one. I had a client today, a potential client. Yeah, man, I want to make this commercial. This is what I want. I'll take about an hour. I'm like, dude, it's like literally one location, something with the fire, I don't know, something to do with fire, hanging out with something, bro. That's not gonna take an hour. Minimum 4.
Yeah, minimum 4.
Because if that was the case, then we borrow your phone and I'll just shoot it.
You're not going to show up on time.
Yeah.
One, you guys aren't going to show up on time. That's like a big thing. They're not going to show up on time. They're going to be like your clients you guys are going to be like 30 minutes late. You might be on time. Your homies are going to be late. Yeah. And then we're going to get started. Yep. And then it's like,
somewhere along the lines, you want to change your mind and then keep doing different versions, this and that.
And just making sure the shot looks good. Yeah. Like, I mean, 4 hours is like the minimum. Yeah. 3 to 4 hours is like the minimum. But like, yeah, just to always expect, especially starting out, that you're not going to be fast. That's like the biggest thing. You're not going to be fast. You're not going to be quick. Don't worry. Yeah. Don't stress about not being quick. Yeah. Like that's why you're doing it for free. Yeah. If you're doing it for free and you're starting out, it's wise because it's like, yes, I'm doing you a favor. I'm learning. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to learn here. Yeah. That's like the best piece of advice is really spend time, like a genuine, like expect to spend time on your work.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming out, man.
Woo. Yeah. Yeah, episode 15 of episode 22.
Yep. Link in bio. Let's go.
Link in bio. Yeah, check out the YouTube. Is it on your
Kevin
Cersei Productions YouTube?
Cersei Productions.
Cersei Productions YouTube.
Yep.
When's it coming out?
I don't know.
Follow Cersei on Instagram.
Yep. Follow
Cersei Productions. Follow me on Instagram at Not Your Mom's Flusterbuster. Great name.
Love it.
I got good content on
you
there.
You do.
Great. I feel pretty good about that, about my content.
You will.
I gotta get professional content. I gotta get like a professional Instagram.
Nah, man.
I'm sending people to like my random. I got like thirst traps on there. Woo! Like, yeah, like, oh yeah, the businessman. Here's my business page, bro. Like, here's me like just shirtless, just being like, "What's up?"
What's up?
Yeah, not
today
great.
Or what?
Yeah. You want to work? You want to work today? You want to work today with me?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, yeah. All right, peace out.
That's a really good snippet.
I really do need like an actual. I need to get that. Like.